My mother started to talk to me about August 6th and the days after. And I said, I'm going to do a book about it. And she said, well, I can't understand, why would they care about a little girl in Hiroshima,
The hair lifted on the back of my neck. An ear-shattering popping noise. An intense burst of white light. The ground trembled and opened beneath us as if to swallow us whole.
Near the center, there was no sound. The light from the bomb flashed whiter than any white.
Machiko and I clung to each other and screamed.
It was until I was 31. I was very sick. I was in the hospital for over a month. I then received the diagnosis of Reflex Sympathetic Dystrophy. The doctor said that my immune system is very deficient because my mother was exposed to so much radiation. These stories have to be told. There's so many things that we don't discuss that kids don't know. If you're not discussing it, that forms its own trauma. Writing takes me kind of out of my body a little bit. For that half hour or 45 minutes or whatever it is, I can be something else. My mother always said she grew up in the most beautiful place in the world. My daughter, my husband, and I went to Japan, and it was the first time I had been to Hiroshima. It was bittersweet. It was heartbreaking because I could almost feel what she must have felt. Just thinking of her as a 12-year-old and what I would have wanted to tell her, that it was going to be okay. But to also see the hope and the message of peace that they have there, it's amazing. It's all about, we're telling about what happened so that we will have peace and so that this never happens again. And it amazes me of how little anger there is. Whenever I was upset about something, she would pull this out. And a lot of times she'd be upset around the time of August, being the anniversary of the atomic bombing. And this seemed to be something that comforted her. I can see my mom at the stove. I'm gonna cry. She was always happy cooking and making sure people ate. And you could not go to her house and not eat, because she would not leave there without having food. And I remember in the last month before she passed away, she wasn't feeling well, but she took her walker and she went up to the stove and she made me fried rice that one last time. I can still picture where we were. And she said, I never understood, why did I survive? Why did I keep living when I lost everybody? And she said, I couldn't tell my story, but you can. And I had you. And she said, you have that same samurai blood and the strength, and you'll find your own new way. I can still hear her saying that to me. And she passed away 2 months after that. I hope that up there in heaven now she sees that, yes, people did care about that little girl in Hiroshima.